Hello and welcome in our news for tonight. His Majesty the King warns of the repercussions of ongoing Israeli violations of Muslim and Christian holy sites in Jerusalem. His Majesty says Jordan will press ahead with implementing the modernization tracks despite regional challenges. And the Prime Minister stresses the importance of public-private partnership in major strategic projects. Welcome again. His Majesty King Abdullah received at Al-Husseiniya Palace Secretary of State of the Holy See Cardinal Pietro Parolin. His Majesty conveyed to Cardinal Parolin his greetings to Pope Francis. The meeting, attended by His Royal Highness Prince Ghazi bin Mohammed, His Majesty's Chief Advisor for Religious and Cultural Affairs and Personal Envoy, addressed the deep-rooted ties between Jordan and the Vatican. Cardinal Parolin thanked His Majesty for his support for the Christian community in Jordan. Discussions covered the need to end the Israeli war on Gaza and bolster the humanitarian response in the Strip, with the King commending the Pope's support for ending the suffering of Gazans. His Majesty also warned of the dangerous repercussions of ongoing Israeli violations of Muslim and Christian holy sites in Jerusalem. His Majesty King Abdullah said Jordan will press ahead with implementing the modernization tracks despite regional challenges, pointing to the role of the Senate in partnership with the lower house and the government in this regard. During a meeting at Al-Husseiniya Palace with the Senate's Permanent Office, the King said Jordan will continue coordination with Arab countries and allies on regional developments to safeguard its interests and achieve regional security. In the meeting attended by His Royal Highness Crown Prince Al Hussein, His Majesty affirmed the importance of ending Israel's war on Gaza and achieving comprehensive calm. The King pointed to Jordan's efforts to ensure the delivery of relief aid to Gaza and urged the international community to bolster humanitarian response in Gaza. On developments in the occupied West Bank, His Majesty highlighted the need to end unilateral measures that target Palestinians in Jerusalem. The King Abdullah also reiterated Jordan's support to Syria in establishing an independent and free state with full sovereignty, noting that Jordan is discussing with the new Syrian administration mechanisms of cooperation in the energy, water, trade, and security fields. The Investment Council held a meeting chaired by Prime Minister Jafar Hassan, during which it discussed steps needed to promote investment in the kingdom. Hassan emphasized the importance of public-private partnerships in major strategic projects, highlighting infrastructure initiatives, including the recently signed National Water Carrier Project and railway development plans. The Prime Minister said that the Investment Council has the duty to encourage investments and create the appropriate environment for investors and the private sector to provide economic opportunities on the path of implementing the economic modernization vision. Prime Minister Jafar Hassan stressed the government's support to the industrial sector, which constitutes one of the key pillars in the national economy. During a visit to the Amman Chamber of Industry, where he met with representatives of the sector, Hassan said the government was committed to true partnership with the private sector at the trade and industrial levels, adding that the success of the private sector is a success for all and for the national economy. The Prime Minister entrusted the Minister of Industry, Trade and Supply to set up a joint committee that will meet periodically to take the necessary measures to address challenges facing the industrial sector. Prime Minister Jafar Hassan witnessed the signing of a principal agreement for the Aqaba Amman Water Desalination and Convenience Project, National Water Carrier Project, between the government represented by the Ministry of Water and Irrigation and a consortium of investors led by Meridium and Swiss companies. The project aims to desalinate and transport 300 million cubic meters of water from the Gulf of Aqaba to every part of the kingdom to secure sustainable additional water resources. The deal was signed by Minister of Water and Irrigation Ra'ed Abu Saud and Meridiam Jordan's General Manager Jad Hrib. Foreign Minister Ayman Al-Safadi participated in a Riyadh ministerial meeting on Syria, which is a follow-up of the Aqaba meetings last month. A Saudi official said Saudi Arabia is hosting foreign ministers from the Middle East and Europe for talks on Syria's transition after the fall of Bashar al-Assad and the possibility of lifting sanctions. On the sidelines of the Riyadh meeting, Safadi held meetings with his counterparts from Qatar, Bahrain, Egypt and the United Arab Emirates. The meetings focused on developments in the region in addition to ways of forging closer bilateral ties. And finally, in the news, border guard forces engaged armed smugglers along Jordan's northern frontier, where infiltrators attempted to cross the border under cover of fog. The exchange resulted in one smuggler killed, with the remaining group retreating into Syrian territory. Border guards seized large quantities of narcotics along with 2 assault rifles and a pistol following the engagement. All seized materials were transferred to competent authorities. A border guard officer sustained injuries during the operation and was airlifted to Al Hussein Medical Center in Amman, where he was reported to be in good condition. That's it for tonight. Thank you for watching.